Okay, let's have a talk about the Unitary Method. You might be sitting there thinking, what is that word? Well, the Unitary Method really is just the ability to look at what is known as the unit price, the price of a single unit. Now, we're actually pretty lucky in Australia. The government back in 2009 passed some legislation, the trade practices legislation, that relates to the goods that you buy at the store when you go shopping. This actually is, I took this as a little snippet from the trade legislation. And basically it says that grocery retailers, so that's like Aldi and Coles and Woolworths, they must display the unit price, right? They must display the unit price, which is what we're looking at, this unitary method. So if it is, and there's a bunch of different areas. If it's a volume, then it's in milliliters. Although some things are measured in liters, like soft drinks. They're like a price per liter. Weight, 100 grams, length per meter, area, square meter, and by the number, it's per item. Okay, so there are some, of course, exceptions. Here's the list of exceptions here from that legislation, and you can see that there are herbs are measured in much less than 100 grams because you don't often buy that much. And I'm not going to read them all through. There's some things that you'll see that aren't there. Stuff like toys, they don't have a unit price, they just are the price that they are. Stuff like furniture is not regulated by this legislation. So I guess the short of it, is that in our stores, as you are shopping, you will see stickers, and they have to be well labelled and easy to see and read. That's what the law says. So you'll see something like this. So here we've got some chips, some basil, parmesan, garlic chips, bird's eye chips. But they are costing you 98 cents. That's what it says. They're reduced to clear, 98 cents. But the important part, and the part that we are most interested in right now, is this little bit right here. That is the unit price. Now here they're giving us a weight price per kilogram. So if we were to look at the actual cost of these chips, it would be $1.36 per kilogram. So we have a per kilogram weight value. All right. And so that's what their price is based on. Now, obviously, because it's 98 cents, we must know that it is less than a kilogram. And we are correct. It's only 600 grams. That's how many of these chips that you get. But we get a unit price. Now, the point of this unit price then is if there were another brand of chips right next to this one, we would be able to compare the unit price to see what was the best buy. In other words, what are you getting for your money that you're spending? Okay? Because if we want to get as much as we can for spending as little as we can, in the most instances, sometimes people have preferences. Some people might have a particular brand of tomato sauce that they can't stand not having. Right? That we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the best amount of goods for your dollars that you've got. Okay, so there are some things that you do need to be a little bit careful though. Even though by law they have to show these tags and they have to represent the unitary price, that doesn't mean that they're doing you a favor with some of the specials that they put up. I found a couple that you might be interested in. Okay, so have a look at this particular one. Here we go. What a good deal. We can buy Hass avocados. We can get 2 for $4. What a great price. And if that was all that was on the sticker, you would think, all righto, I'm getting a good deal here. But when you look at the actual unitary price, the value per unit, we can see that we're not actually getting much of a deal here at all. The single price for one avocado is $1.80. Okay, so if you do a little bit of basic arithmetic, you will realize that a single avocado and a single avocado, so you're buying them separately, not the 2 for $4 deal, Well, if you buy them separately, your 2 avocados will cost you $3.60. It's 40 cents cheaper than their special. I put special in inverted commas. It's not a special at all. You actually end up paying more money for the 2 avocados. So that's something that you need to be careful of, and it's another great reason why the government put on that legislation that they had to represent the price per unit. So you got to be ready to do a little bit of maths when you're shopping so you don't get ripped off. Let's take this to the extreme. Let's really think about why. Now, on this next picture, I've circled a couple of things that are really interesting. Here we go. I'm looking at chilies. Who doesn't love chilies and a good Mexican or something? So let's have a look at the unit price of each of these chilies. They're the same chilies. They're packaged differently. The chilies on the left here, they are packaged in a plastic, hard plastic that you could put into your fridge. You get 20 grams of these and it costs you $3.50. And you might think to yourself, $3.50, that's not bad. That's all right, isn't it? That's not a bad price at all. And then you look at the loose chilies over here on the right hand side, and the loose chilies have a unit price of $28 a kilogram. Wow, $28 a kilogram, that seems like it's so much until you look at the fine print on the left hand side and see that the price per kilogram of the chilies, the same chilies, because they're packaged differently in a small amount, is $175 per kilogram, right? Compared to $28 per kilogram. And you might think, okay, well, does that really make much of a difference? Well, let's look at the maths again. So let's look at them in terms of their unit price. And we'll do it per gram. So 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram, and I could put that in there if that makes you happier. I could go 1 kilogram, which is 1,000 grams, is equal to $175 on the left. 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram over on the right hand side, 1 kilogram, is equal to $28. Now, when you see them written like that, you can really tell that there is a huge disparity in these prices. But what does it look like when you actually get 20 grams? Well, let's apply this understanding of this unitary method and take them both to how much do they cost per gram. Okay, so if I bought 1 gram from the left, it would cost me 0.175, 17.5 cents, more or less. If I was to buy them from the left-hand side, however, we get 0.028. That's a whole order of magnitude smaller. It's tiny. It's really little. We need at least 20 grams to see the significant difference here. So here's the 20 grams based on the left-hand side. We know we're paying $3.50. 20 grams from the loose side, however, would cost us 56 cents. So you're really paying $3 more just for the different packaging. Is that really worth it? I don't know. I'm sure there's people who bought that thinking that they were getting a good deal. But that's not a good deal. Not in terms of the unitary price and what you're actually paying for what you get. You get the same amount in both of these instances. Here, you pay $3.50, on this side, 56 cents. So which do you think is better? That is the power of the unitary method, of using the unit price to be able to determine how much things are worth and what you're getting. Let's have an example. I found this picture, which according to the legislation is actually kind of illegal. Butter. We've got some butter here. We've got unsalted butter, whatever, salted butter, doesn't matter. But what we have is the price. Here they've very big, clear representing the price. It was $2.29 and now it's $1.39. Same over here, $1.39 now, down 90 cents. But see over here, where this sticker is stuck over the top, is the unitary price. We don't know what the unitary price was of the butter to begin with. But that's something that we can actually figure out. We can determine what that unitary price was. So let's do that. So we had 350 grams for what was initially $2.29. Okay, so 350. What I really want, though, is the unit value. Now, we know, according to legislation, the unit value for this sort of stuff is done on 100 grams. So I have to think to myself, what do I have to do to 350 to get it to be 100? Well, I would have to divide it by 3.5. Now, I would do that to both sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side, both divided by 3.5. And I would write it like that, and I will get a unit price for 100 grams of 65 cents. Now, the reason they use 100 grams is that 1 gram, as we saw with the example before, that number is silly, 0 point whatever. And so we just go here with the 100 grams. Okay, so we have our unit price. Well, what about the unit price for the markdown? When we have 350 grams for $1.39, how does it change? Well, it's the same idea. We'll divide both sides by 3.5 so that my left-hand side becomes 100 and my right-hand side then will show that the difference now, the unit price, is 40 cents, which is great. That's a big reduction. The other interesting thing about this particular piece of advertising is it doesn't actually say how many percent it's reduced. It just doesn't do it, which is an interesting thing. We kind of want to know, don't we, what percent reduction was applied here? Well, we can figure this out as well. So we'll run through that. Okay, so we have our two prices. And to find the percent reduction, the formula that we'll use is this one right here. We'll have our new value, we'll take away our old value, and then divide that by the old value. We want it to be a percentage, so we will then multiply by the 100 over the 1%. Okay, so let's substitute in the things that we had. Our new value is 0.4. Our old value was 0.65. We can then divide it by the old value of 0.65, multiply it by 100 over 1, and I have missed the percent sign there, but got to have that. And when you do that on your calculator, and like we can grab our calculator here and we can actually do that. So we need a fraction. We'll have 0.4 minus 0.6 over, it's 0.65. Better go back and fix that. 0.65. Divide it all by 0.65. And then we want to multiply it by 100 over 1. And we will get negative 38 and 6/13. Well, I don't like that. We're dealing with money. Probably decimal's the way to go. So I'll do this and I'll round that off to negative 38.46%. Now that's interesting. A negative percent. What does that mean? Well, the negative sign there means that the price has been decreased by that percentage. So it's actually a 38.46% reduction in price. The negative sign means decreased. If there was no negative sign there, then it would mean it was an increase in price. Okay, so negative sign means decrease. So there you go. We were able to use the unitary method to be actually able to determine eventually what the percentage reduction was. So the unitary price is important. Stores aren't doing you a favor. They're not trying to save you money by selling you goods. They want you to spend your money. They want you to not look at the unitary price. You'll note that on all of the stickers I showed you, the unitary price is very small. It has to be shown, the law says so, but it's very small and you've got to look hard for it. So next time you're shopping, look at the unitary price. Make some consumer decisions based on that. Don't just always buy stuff that looks like it's a good deal, because they might not be doing you a good deal. You really need to check that. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying way more money for the same sort of goods that people who are checking